From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. Soon after a nor'easter exited the middle portion of the Atlantic coast Tuesday night, a new storm will swing toward the Appalachians from Wednesday to Thursday, spreading rain through much of the Northeast and ushering in the coldest air of the season so far for many, and the first snowfall for some. In the short term, onshore winds will continue to erode Atlantic beaches as a small nor'easter exits south of New England. While the storm's rain was largely confined to the southeastern states and resulted in flash flooding in parts of Florida, a broad zone of northeast winds has once again unleashed rough surf and beach erosion on areas that have not fully recovered from prior storms in the mid-Atlantic during the summer and early autumn. Now, typically, winds would flip around to the west and northwest in the wake of the storm throughout the eastern seaboard. That will not be the case this time as a new storm swings in from the Mississippi Valley and makes a northward turn over the Appalachians Wednesday into Thursday. Because this storm will track well inland over the Appalachians, it will not be considered a nor'easter. Winds will generally be from the east and southeast, but it will create onshore winds that will continue the erosive impacts on the beaches from the Carolinas to New England. The wind's effects on the water will lead to coastal flooding at high tide from North Carolina to Maine. Much needed rain will fall from portions of Kentucky, Tennessee, and North Carolina to Maine. As the storm moves along, a general 1 to 2 inches of rain is forecast to fall, with local amounts of 4 inches possible. Much of the region is experiencing short-term and long-term drought conditions. The rain will help to ease the risk of wildfires and provide some drought relief. However, the combination of fallen leaves and wet conditions will make for extra slick road conditions, so be aware of that. Where fallen leaves block storm drains, street flooding could also occur. As the storm lifts northward, a pocket of just enough warm and humid air will develop to produce thunderstorms in parts of eastern Virginia, eastern North Carolina, the Delmarva region, and southern New Jersey on Thursday. A small number of these storms will be severe with gusty winds and torrential downpours. The combination of drenching rain and gusty winds will slow motorists on the highways, and it can lead to some airline delays in a busy corridor from D.C. to Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, New York City, and Boston. During Thursday night, the bulk of the storm's drenching rain and onshore winds will focus on New England. In an extreme scenario, cold air may rush into the strengthening storm as it moves over Atlantic Canada. Several inches of snow may fall on the higher terrain from northeastern New York to northern Maine, as well as southeastern Quebec, beginning as early as Thursday night. A stripe of accumulating snow is most likely to occur in sparsely populated areas of central and northeastern Quebec from Friday into Saturday. Gusts between 30 and 40 miles per hour will be common by the end of the week, making for some brisk trick-or-treating weather. Those heading outdoors to participate in Halloween activities are urged to wear several layers. Some rural areas in the lower part of the Tennessee Valley, the lower Mississippi Valley, and the interior southeast may experience a bit of frost on the coldest nights in the pattern. Turning our focus to the Caribbean now, and Hurricane Melissa's continuing impact in that part of the world. Melissa will remain a dangerous storm as it crosses Jamaica with flooding rain, high winds, and destructive storm surge. The hurricane is forecast to cross eastern Cuba on Wednesday before reaching the central Bahamas and perhaps Bermuda as it accelerates northeastward. Depending on Melissa's exact track, there is the potential for impacts in Atlantic Canada and Europe. Melissa made landfall early Wednesday morning in Cuba with maximum sustained winds of 120 miles per hour, a major Category 3 hurricane. Melissa will move over southeastern Cuba through Wednesday before re-emerging in the waters of the Atlantic. Impacts in Cuba will be extreme due to 12 to 18 inches of rain and locally higher amounts upwards to 3 feet, and wind gusts of 120 to 140 miles per hour. A storm surge of 10 to 15 feet is forecast near and just to the east of where the eye makes landfall in southeast Cuba. Farther to the east in Hispaniola, torrential rain, flash flooding, and mudslides pose the greatest risk to lives and property because this island has been drenched with torrential rain since early last week. There is a heightened risk of flash flooding in Haiti and the Dominican Republic as well. Melissa is expected to track over the central Bahamas, likely as a Category 2 storm. Melissa's forward speed will also start to increase, limiting the duration of the heavy rain, high winds, and erosive surf. Still, major impacts are anticipated across the central Bahamas. That's all for now. You can find more regional forecasts and science-based articles at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. I'll be back tomorrow with more from AccuWeather.